First of all, welcome to all my students who are currently listening to me. My name is Anubhav Nanda, and I am the verbal ability teacher here at Hitbullseye. Just let me start sharing my screen. So here goes my screen. Okay. As I said, for all the students who have just joined in, my suggestion to all of you, at any moment, you can drop in your questions. I've muted you, and I would prefer you not, asking questions while I am, going around with my presentation. Once I've begun, you can feel free to, ask all the questions, whatever you want. So what are we going to discuss? Our topics for today are going to be the timeline regarding this exam, the benefits, what has happened after the CUET exam has been, decided by the universities themselves. What is the expected exam pattern that has been available to us? The process, the whole process that is going to be there for the CUET, the examination strategy. How can you prepare about this exam? And last but not the least is our course deliverables, in the sense, how is Hitbullseye going to help you to crack this exam? So let's begin. So the very first thing, the timeline, talking about the timeline, when is the exam going to take place? So the exam will take place in the very first week of July. The date is not out as of yet. We are expecting that most probably it would be the first Sunday of July, or at max the second Sunday of July. The application window, you would be having a very good idea regarding the very recent notification. So the website, the CUET website, will of course be going live from the very 1st of April. That is from tomorrow. But the form filling will of course start from 2nd of April. So as soon as the website goes live tomorrow, you can actually go there and see whatever notifications the NTA, that is the National Testing Agency, puts off. You have to be very vigilant and be very smart enough to see what all is happening there. Just stay in touch. That is the whole gist of my speaking. The bestest thing that this exam has given is that class 12th board exams will not carry any weightage. Yes, there will be no weightage to class 12 board marks. Earlier, it used to happen that only if you have, just a second. Before, earlier, whenever the students, they used to dream about going to some university or some college, they always had this thing in mind, what are their score in the board exams going to be? You probably might be thinking that you would be getting this marks, especially in the language subjects like that of English. But since that used to be something that was completely out of your hand, so there used to be a very confusion about what the class 12th board marks are going to be. Plus, there are some lenient boards all across India. For example, Tamil Nadu board, then there is Madhya Pradesh board. So they are very lenient boards. So they give marks to students very easily. While on the other hand, there are some very difficult boards like Uttar Pradesh board, Gujarat board, that don't give students marks very easily. So the students, they always used to have, this kind of thing, that they are missing something to reach there. So since now class 12th board exams are not going to play any role as such for this exam, so even if you are scoring 80% exam or marks, or you are scoring 70% of marks, you are still eligible to go to the best university, the best college. If I give you an example, the best college for commerce in India is SRCC, Shri Ram College of Commerce. It comes under Delhi University. You would be surprised to know that Shri Ram College of Commerce from the past 4 years gives the very first list only to the 100% score students. Imagine, even if you're getting 92%, you still can't go into SRCC. But from this time onwards, this thing is ending up, meaning a student with 75% marks can also dream of going to SRCC. I've had numerous students who are currently in their first year, they are pursuing their BCom or they are pursuing their BBA. They are still thinking that sir इस साल हम एक बार फिर से एग्जाम देना चाहते हैं CUET का, so that if it is possible we can go to such prestigious universities. So the universities can at best use the board exam marks as an eligibility criterion, meaning they can set a minimum bar like 50% marks required, 60%, or for this course you need to have like 75% marks or 80% marks in this subject or this language. But scores as high as 95% or 100%, 85, 90%, they are not going to be there. There is going to have just a basic minimum criteria, like you need to have 50% or 60% marks. So the best benefit, like I just told you, it will stop the sky high cutoff marks at Delhi University, like literally uncontrollable. What more are you going to get, way past 100% marks? So this year, 7 Delhi University colleges: Shri Ram College of Commerce, Lady Shri Ram College, Saint Stephen's College, Hansraj, Hindu. So they were those colleges who admitted the students for their 10 courses with 100% marks in the very first list. So as I said, lenient boards the government did not favor. And the best part, students can apply for multiple central universities with one single application form, meaning that if you are a student who is probably based out of Karnataka, and you are dreaming of going to Delhi University, or you are thinking of going to probably the Central University of Hyderabad, you don't need to spend money, time and energy going from one place to another, giving exams again and again. Fill one form, give one exam, get good marks, go to college of your choice. As simple as it is. So talking about the universities, so all admissions to the undergraduate programs in all the 45 central universities will be based on the scores of CUET, meaning no 12 standard scores. So all the 45 central universities. For students who don't know, so there are 3 kinds of universities in India. The first one are the central universities controlled by the central government. You would find their name as the Central University of Punjab, Central University of Rajasthan. Don't confuse between them. The second are the state universities, of course, controlled by state. And the third one are the private universities by private individuals, trusts. So to put things into perspective, so Himachal Pradesh has 2 universities. The first one is Himachal Pradesh University, that is based out of Simla, HPU, that is a state university. And the other one is the Central University of Himachal Pradesh, that is based out of Dharamsala. So you have to be very careful while reading which is a state university and which one is a central university. So talking about Delhi University, so it will cover 63 colleges of Delhi University and around 70,000 of undergraduate seats. That is really excellent. So Delhi University, Jawaharlal Nehru University and IGNOU. These 3 universities have replied in affirmative that yes, we will accept Delhi University marks. Jamia Millia Islamia, AMU, Aligarh Muslim University, and Banaras Hindu University. They are those universities that have, as of now, not replied whether they will, accept the CUET marks, but whether they will take the CUET marks or not. But they have been given this direction that you have to accept the students through CUET by the UGC, and they are expected to reply in affirmative by the next week. They're just waiting for more notifications to come and just the confusion to clear out. So admission to Delhi University School of Open Learning and the Non-Collegiate Women Education Board will be as per the earlier practice, because it is not a very formal way of education like the deemed universities. So this is the expected exam pattern according to the new notification that says that the syllabus of the CUET will be mirrored with the class 12 syllabus of NCERT. Of course, there will be inputs from class 11th also. So you have to read this in between lines. So if I talk about, if I talk about a subject, mathematics. So you are studying mathematics in class 12, and suppose I'm just giving an example, and there is a topic of probability. So probability will also include questions on permutation and combination. So you have to use permutation and combination. But permutation and combination, you might have studied that in class 11. So that does not mean that, if you're going to study probability, so you're going to leave permutation and combination, away. You have to keep it away. No, you have to, read that in totality. Similarly, talking about the physics. So even in class 12, you might be reading about electromagnetism. So you might be reading about, all the, all the different, about current, about, potential difference and resistance, such kind of topics. But still, you can be asked question from the very first chapter that you study in class 11 for physics, that is the dimensions, because it forms the very basis. So be very, have this confusion clear that yes, class 12, since it contains a bits and pieces of class 11, so you will have, syllabus somewhere related to both. So of course, the exam is going to have 3 parts, 3 sections. Section 1 is going to have 2 parts, further parts, section 1A and section 1B. So section 1A will have 13 languages, the part of the Indian constitution, major languages, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Gujarati, Malayalam, Marathi, Bengali, Hindi, English, and Punjabi. And then it has section 1B that is going to have 19 languages apart from the 13 listed. So mostly non-native Indian languages like French, German, and some Indian languages like Kashmiri, Konkani, Manipuri, smaller. So the questions will be asked on the reading comprehension, basically the verbal ability. So you'll be asked for whatever language you choose. At max, you can choose 3 languages, and you have to attempt 40 questions from the 50 questions. Section 2 is going to be domain specific knowledge. You can choose a maximum of 6 domains. There are a total of 27 domains, and it is expected that more domains will be added further. Section 3 is going to be on the general aptitude test on GK, Quant, and ELA. So the very basic aptitude test that is going to consist of quantitative ability, the mathematics that you have read till class 8. Be very clear when I say till class 8, it's not going to cover the mathematics of class 11th and 12th. So there's going to be no differentiation and no integration. So apart from that, general knowledge, current affairs, you have to probably read what has happened in India in the past 6 months and some static GK questions. What is the static GK? So static GK is something that has already happened, like it already exists and it's not going to change further. For example, River Ganga drains into which water body? So the answer is Bay of Bengal. So this is something that's not going to change. So which is the highest peak? Mount Everest. Which is the highest peak in India? So it's A2 Karakoram. So in that sense. So hello Srishti, yes. So moving on to the next. So the process. So what is this whole process like? Like there's confusion for students, like what is NTA, what is UGC, and everything. So let me clear this here, this air once and for all. So UGC is the University Grants Commission that controls all the universities across India. It frames the rules for all the universities in India. Similarly, there is this NTA, National Testing Agency. It is a separate independent body that has been made only to conduct the exams all across India. Simple, that is it. NTA is in no sense related to UGC. They are two separate things. In the sense, for example, like CBSE makes the rules for all its schools. In the very similar sense, UGC makes rules for all the universities in India. National Testing Agency's work is only to take the examination. It takes examination of IIT, it takes examination of NEET, it takes examination for other exams also, and now CUET will also be a part of all the examinations that's taken by the NTA. So the reservation policies, if you have any quota for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, or any quotas that has been prescribed by the government, they are going to stay the same. In no sense is any reservation thing going to change. So be very relieved. The reason why I'm saying is that I had a talk with the student, with the parents also. They were very tensed in the sense just 2 to 3 days back regarding the fact that whether any reservation facilities will be withdrawn due to CUET or not. So nothing of that sort is going to happen. Following after the CUET exam has been done, a merit list will be prepared, a list will be prepared, which student has got how many marks, and after then the university can decide that till how many marks can they accept any student. There will be no common counseling in the sense that on a given day, it's not going to happen that Delhi University is also taking student, Central University of Punjab taking, Central University of Himachal taking student. So that is not going to happen. There's going to be different counselings for every university. Srishti, yes, you have raised your hand. Just let me finish. I'll be opening up this question answer round for all the students. So once I'm done, I'll be answering all your questions. Be very rest assured on that. I'm not going to go without answering your questions. So moving on to the subject. So whatever subject that a student has studied in class 12, but it is not mentioned in CUET, you need to give the exam for the closest subject. For example, if you're a student who wishes to do BSc in biochemistry, so at least you should give the exam in biology. That is going to be a minimum requirement. So there's going to be no equivalency across the boards, in the sense that government hasn't pitched that ICSE and CBSE and state boards are all equal. Only the students, the acceptance from students, that has been made. So there's nothing on that sort. For courses such as BSc Home Science, Electronics, English may be replaced by any one language. So they are those subjects for which the government has asked the universities that they can even conduct the take the students for this exam in any other language also. And last but not the least, for admission in courses such as music and fine arts, physical education, as in the performing arts, so the CUET score will be 50%, and next will be the performance based score, that will also be 50%. So talking about the whole preparation strategy for which I have, we have gathered here digitally today. So number one, start early preparation. I've had so many students who are asking me, sir, the notifications are not out yet. Sir, we'll start preparing by probably after 10 days. Let all the notifications come. So please don't indulge in this procrastination. Till the time the notifications come, the days are numbered. The exam is not going to move forward. I'm teaching many students of CUET who have started preparing like in the very first week of March. So they are already ahead to you by 1 month. So you don't delay it further. Whatever change that is going to take place is probably going to be of some touches here or some touches there, maximum in that sense. Apart from that, there's not going to be much of a change when it comes to this exam. For the students who have been following what CUET exam is all about, you would remember that in the very beginning it was told that the CUET exam will have two sections, the aptitude and the domain. Now it says that the exam will have 3 sections. So aptitude, domain, and English, that was a part of the aptitude, has been now put in the very first, like the languages section. So that is the only difference. So please don't waste your time further. Don't waste your time in procrastination. Start preparation like now. We are already teaching. We are already going with our batches. They've started, like the recent batch has started on 25th of March. Please don't delay further. So focus on individual topics for preparation, because since these sections are different, are different. So you need to focus on itself. So for English, you need to focus on the section first. So for domain knowledge, you have to put it all different from English. And the third one is going to be, of course, the aptitude part. So prepare all these topics individually. This will make you analyze your strengths and weaknesses. For someone who's studying in an English medium school, in probably a tier 1 city, in a metro city, like Delhi, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, or Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Patna, mm, Chandigarh, Simla, Lucknow, or even Indore or Bhopal. So you would have your English a bit better than probably the other competitors. For someone having a better English, it might be possible that your GK might be weaker or your mathematics would not be at that pace. So analyze your strengths and weakness and start working on them. It's not like if the exam is going to be in the first week of July, so you'll have whole of your June month will you at that time everyone will be working. So this is a better time for you to take a head start. So practice mock test previous year. So it's wrongly written here, HSE question papers. So previous year CUET. So previous, there's no previous year CUET exam. So I'm sorry, it's the line has been written wrongly here. And sample papers that we provide here at the Hitbullseye. So learn the art of time management. Why? 3 sections. It might take your whole day of giving this exam. So it might also happen that in between 2 sections you have a break, or it might also happen that all the sections are back to back. So we are yet to come across whether they are going to be any break or are they going to be back to back. So in that sense, you have to learn the art of time management. Rigorous practice is required. Why I'm saying, see, this year's exam is not going to be what I feel. It is going to be a bit moderate for all the students, for probably weaker students as well as the intelligent students also to give. So it will be somewhere around moderate, but since the competition is as high as you can imagine, 10 lakh students interested in giving this exam. So you can imagine the amount of competition. So even then, even though the exam is going to be not the most difficult exam of your life, but yes, because of competition, you'll have to prepare real hard. So get familiar with the exam pattern. So you have to be very sure whenever you are reading this the notifications, that will give you a good idea of in which sense is the exam going to be there. Strategize a study plan. Why I always say strategize a study plan. So I have some students who ask me, sir, hum raat ko late tak jaake pad lete hain. There are some students who always tell me, sir, we are early risers. What should we do, sir? Should we study late at night or get up early? Well, decide it for yourself. Whatever suits you. In the end, once you are into a good college and you have a good career, nobody is going to ask you whether you studied late at night or did you get up early in the morning. Whatever sails your boat, start preparing. Just that's it. Next. So this is one of the most important aspects. So I'm someone who was given his 12th standard exam probably 15 years back. So at that time, since there was no social media or anything, so we could sit for like three hours very easily and give that exam. That is not the case with you. That's an Instagram generation that swipes up within a span of 10 seconds. So sitting patiently for 3 hours, probably. So if you choose like 2 domains in section B, so 45 minutes for each, so that makes 3 hours. So just for that, so you have to maintain sitting very patiently. I know it's going to be difficult, but that is what hard work demands out of you. So strike a balance between attempt and accuracy. In order to attempt more and more questions, don't go haywire, like in the sense you're attempting questions blindly. जितने marks आपके सही होकर नहीं आएंगे, उतने गलत होने के कारण कट जाएंगे. So be very sure, and that confidence comes only when you are completely prepared. Read newspapers regularly. So newspaper reading, not just for this exam, any exam at any point of time you are giving in your life, it's something it is your talking about your personal life or even your professional life, talking even 10 to 15 days, 15 years ahead. Reading newspaper is the best habit that you can inculcate. So not only you get to improve your GK, general knowledge and current affairs, you get to improve a lot of the language that you are studying. So reading newspapers is the best. At this point, since many students ask me, so I'm just giving you a suggestion. Please don't read the Hindu newspaper. Why I'm saying that? Because the Hindu newspaper is really tough. For someone who is not into reading this newspaper and you start with the Hindu, it will become really difficult for you. It's like you don't know how to drive a car, and rather me giving you the keys of of a Swift, of a Maruti Swift, or a Baleno. I give you the keys of a Maserati or a Ferrari. You're going to crash it. So it's better you start with the newspapers that you can easily understand. Hindustan Times is good, Indian Express is good, so you can choose either amongst them. So these can be two very good newspapers for you to follow. Have your own perspective on issues and inculcate the habit of extensive reading. So what is our course deliverables? So from section 1, Hitbullseye, we are going to teach you only English language. So if you're looking forward for coaching for any other language, we are going to focus only on the English part. So these are those domains that we currently will have, will be providing the MCQs. So there are going to be no formal classes as such. Of course, nobody can teach you, any subject that you have studied whole year in class 12th in just 1 month. But yes, we will provide you question banks, assignments, and test papers for the subjects of sciences, commerce, and humanities. So section 3 will cover it completely in terms of the aptitude exam. So from section 1, that is the language part, we are going to give you 30 tests. The aptitude also, language and aptitude, we are going to give you 30 tests each. So for the popular subjects like physics, chemistry, or economics, psychology, we are going to give you 20 tests. And for the lesser popular subjects, we are going to give you 10 tests. So as for the aptitude part, yes, we will give classes for that. For aptitude, we are going to give you classes, not the domain. That is not for section 2, but for section 3. So quant and reasoning will have 15 to 20 classes. Verbal also, we are going to be around the same. And yes, GK is going to be 30 classes. We are going to teach you general knowledge. So for all these subjects, you are going to get videos, you are going to get ebooks, live classes, and everything. So be very rest assured on that. So with that, this is, you can visit our website, hitbullseye.com, or you can note down my phone number. You can call here and you will be directed to our team who can handle all your queries. As of now, this was the very last slide. And now I'll just leave it here and I'll open up the panel for discussion. If anyone has any question, they can raise their hand and I'll ask them and I'll just take out their name and then, they can answer the question. Let's not make it a fish market. Let's have a very civil discussion. So just a second. So yes, you can now unmute yourself. If anyone has any question, please raise your hand or anyone has any question? No one has any question? Okay, so Lynn Rose has a question. Please, Lynn, go ahead.
Sir, what would be the negative marking about in the paper?
Great. So, Lynn, as of now, in all the notifications, nowhere has this been written that what is going to be the negative marking. But going by the trends that NTA always has had, I have personally analyzed the past 2 to 3 years of all the exams that has been taken by the NTA. So I can tell you this thing for sure, that the ratio of correct to the incorrect question is going to be 1:4. Meaning for every one wrong answer, for every 1:4. So if the correct answer gives you 1 mark, so the wrong answer will give you -0.25. Or if the correct answer gives you 4 marks, the negative will be -1, so as to eliminate the decimal thing. Apart from that, as of now, yes, there's no clarity on how much negative marks are going to be there, but this has been the usual trend. So you can start preparing. So whenever it would be out, so you'll get to know. So anything else on your mind, Lynn? Lynn, anything else on your mind? Okay, so Lynn has another question. Yes, Lynn, go ahead, please. Go ahead. Lynn, please. Lynn, can you? Okay, so okay. I have removed all the, I've removed all the, permissions and stuff. You can unmute yourself.
Sir, regarding the domain subjects, so if we choose the specific subject which is connected to the course that we want,
Okay.
we'll have to, I mean, like I can take the questions only for that subject in the course, right? Like, would I have to practice in the other subjects as well?
Okay, so okay, so just a very practical thing, Len. So for what stream are you studying as of now in class 11th and 12th? You were in which stream? Were you in
Sir, I was
commerce?
in commerce. Commerce.
Okay. So if you were in commerce, so of course at any moment of time you would be, needing the MCQs of only, accounts, business studies, economics. I don't think you would have, any fun in reading, physics or chemistry or mathematics, because I don't feel it, it is going to be of any use to you. But yes, you will be given an access to all all the domains, whatever you study. From the 27 domains, we have chosen some domains, 10 of them. So for all those 10, you'll be having your MCQs. So if the domains like you have decided, if they fall there, you can prepare with us. Yes, anyone else? Anyone else? Any question? Yes, Iti. Okay, so yes, Iti. It was supposed to be. Yes, it was supposed to be a GK demo class, and we were focusing. We had started, with this idea of making it purely on the general knowledge part. But in the very interim, like just before we were about to start, we started getting many queries in the fact that the students, they wanted that if I could give a whole perspective and a complete idea about the CUET thing, because from all the notifications, you go to YouTube, someone is saying something, and everyone is just trying to sell stuff or something. So my work here was not as a salesman, but as a counselor, as a teacher or a mentor who can just guide you what are the things that are going to be. So yes, starting next week, we are going to have a separate, we'll have a separate GK demo class. You can attend that. It will be taken by the GK faculty that is going to teach you GK. Just for this week, we changed our schedule to the sense that we can just give a brief idea too about what the CUET exam is. The specific GK demo class, you will have it the next week, starting next week. So Chayank has asked me, sir, this exam will be entirely MCQ based. Yes, it will be completely MCQ based. I had written, if you were, referring because of the slide, it was because earlier, from the earlier notification, that was why I had written that probably essay would be a part. My team did not, probably forgot to, remove that. So be very rest assured that this exam is going to be completely MCQ based. Further, this exam is going to have just one option correct from the 4 options, in the sense, so many times there are questions that are asked in NEET, that are asked in IIT that have more than one options correct. Okay, yes, Anjali, I'm coming to that have more options, more than one options correct. So the correct parts can be A, C, B, D, or even A, B, C, D. But this time, from the 4 options, only one option is going to be correct. and all the questions are going to be purely MCQ, multiple choice questions. So Anjali has asked me, please tell about questions in section 1B. So Anjali, there has been a lot of confusion among the students regarding the languages part. They are feeling that yes, they can decide from the languages in section 1A, but what about the languages from section 1B? Because not many students have any idea about the languages that are a part of section 1B. There's French, German, Kashmiri, Sindhi, Dogri, and such Konkani, such kind of languages. They have no idea. So as of now, what notification that we have is that out of the section 1A and 1B, you can at max choose a total of 3 languages. What we are going to expect in the coming days is, let me tell you, it is not wishful thinking, but it is somewhat what we feel is going to happen, that you will get a notification that you can choose a minimum of 1 language from both 1A and 1B, and it is not going to be that if you don't choose any language from 1B, so you are going it is going to be difficult for you. So you can also choose just any language from 1A also. Yes, there is no clarity on this thing, and it is very likely that this is going to happen, but you'll have to probably wait for 1 week more. It is I know it is really stressful that that the students, they have to wait for notifications to come out in bits and pieces, but probably we'll have to accept it in the way it's coming. So it's very likely it would be clear by the next week, within next week. So you'll be very rest assured that as soon as it comes, we'll be having another session, and we'll be clearing out the air on that. So yes, anyone with any other question? So I have, oh great, oh, so Lynn has another question. Please Lynn, go ahead.
Sir, regarding the marking scheme of each section, what would be the weightage?
Weightage in the sense?
So like how much would each section be of, like how many marks total?
See, as of now, that was what I was just telling to you, Lynn Beta. There's no total marks in that kind of sense. It has been given, with which we can deduce that okay, this is the correct or this is the incorrect. So like in the very first section, it is written that out of the 50 questions, you have to attempt 40. So the first section is going to be of 40 marks. Section 2 again is going to be of 40 marks, meaning you have to attempt 40 questions from the 51. And the third section is going to be, you have to attempt 60 questions from 75 questions. So a total of 140 questions to be attempted from 175 questions, right? So what we expect is that if every question is going to be of 1 mark, so that makes this exam a total of 140 marks. But we'll have to wait, that it might also happen that section 1 can have every correct answer as 1, or section 3 will have section 3 will have every correct answer as 1.5. So you'll have to wait. There's the marking scheme is yet to come. So yes, anyone with any question? Yes, Iti, I'm just dropping you a link. I'm dropping you tomorrow classes link, so you can get a fair idea regarding that. Yes, anyone with any other question? Okay, so no more questions. I'll be waiting for another minute or two. If anyone has any questions, I'll love to answer. Archana, Aruna, Chayank, Dhruv, Iti, Harshita, any question that you have in your mind. So fine then, not a problem. Thank you to all the students for attending this session. You can visit our website hitbullseye.com. I'm just going to drop a link for all of you. Just a second. grad.hitbullseye.com. You can visit this link that I've just dropped. So we have all the courses are when our live classes are going to be there. You can see and you can attend. Whenever the notifications come out, we keep bringing up with more videos. We keep bringing more and more content for all you students. Till then, I'll just drop the YouTube link also of our channel, so that you can see all the videos the very first hand. Just a second. So our channel is hitbullseye.CUET. You can visit our channel. So this is our YouTube channel. You can just go and check on YouTube. So this is our channel's name. So we have many videos there, not only of the strategy, but also of the exam pattern, also regarding the forms and even the subjects. We are just giving some brief idea about what the topics are going to be in some subjects of aptitude or English or any domain. So you can get a very good idea for that. So thank you to everyone. You can get in touch with us anytime on the phone numbers that we have given. Till then, stay tuned, keep watching Hitbullseye, and we'll be back with new session as soon as the new notifications come out. Take care. God bless.